We are gathered here today in a most untimely fashion to honor, to celebrate, and to mourn one of the Western world's most beloved avian ducks, my friend Rita Bumby, or Bumbleberry as she was known to some. On Easter morning in 2015, I dutifully checked our incubator that sort of worked, that we had stocked with what we thought were all chicken eggs, and discovered a lone egg had hatched, not a chicken. Very cute. I was very excited. If baby chicks had shown up, we would have thrown them under one of the broody hens in the coop. We were totally unprepared for a duckling. We had no broody ducks willing to take on a mothering role, so we scrambled for lodging for the wee beast. The taco seasoning jar proved inappropriate. I mean, just imagine her dipped in seasoning. Very delicious, too real. So we ultimately gave her one of my woolly slippers instead. She burrowed in and made herself at home and quickly imprinted on me and my smelly feet. She's so cute. I'm not the only one in the family that she connected with. Here she is learning to ride bareback on our Bouvier husky, Nesta Bear. The dogs loved little Bumbleberry, though remained nervous at all times due to her penchant for snapping at noses and eyeballs, which are the best parts, so can hardly blame her. Here she is trying to discern how to steal the warm, gummy eyeballs out of Jaguar Shark, our wild house cat. The cats of the house were truly disgusted with us keeping a bird in the house as a pet. Not into it. It's mostly me, though, that Bumby wanted to be near. On me, she would scramble up my body to the nape of my neck, and I can still feel her there, this soft, weightless, warm body, nuzzling the nape of my neck with her soft, rubbery bill and her little scratchy feet. And as she grew older, she became a warm weight on my shoulder, nibbling my earlobes and nuzzling my cheek. The problem was that as she grew older and bigger, so did her poops. What were once negligible little specks that I could nonchalantly flick off my arm were now giant, goopy puddles coursing down my back. And even with our poop-friendly linoleum floor and our helpful mutt that had long ago earned the nickname compost, we soon began to feel like we were swimming in it. Ducklings are such cuddly, friendly critters, but without sphincter control, challenging house pet. Of course, I tried putting her outside, but she was terrified. She would cling to me, crawling into my clothes under threat from the apparently evil chickens and ducks that roamed the property freely. Buck, buck, buck. I persevered, and she did grow to like it outside. Not by herself, mind you. Leaving her outside by herself meant enduring incessant, screamy, panicked peeping and squawking and quacking from the front door. So I changed my habits, and we took to spending our days outside together, hiking, painting, eating dandelions, and swimming. She preferred the spot at the creek down at the bottom of the property, but the old kiddie pool by the house was more convenient to me. She continued to show no connection to the other birds on the property, two of which were her parents, but as far as she was concerned, they were all scary things from which one must flee. And it turned out that she was sort of right. As she grew her adult feathers, the adult drakes on the property began trying to capture her for their rapey pool parties. She was totally horrified and not into it. And it was me that she wanted, not them. She was constantly now prostrating herself before me, asking me to mate with her. I realized I'd made maybe a huge mistake. Rita was never going to live outside with the other ducks, so I ordered her a duck diaper harness off the internet from one of the many crazy duck ladies. It turns out there are out there. She hated wearing it. She was always pulling it off and trying to adjust it, and would adjust it just enough so it didn't really work. Although she did appreciate she was allowed up on the couch when she had her harness on, all the better to steal the eyeballs out of cats. I didn't know what to do. It was not really a tenable situation. She'd become a member of the family. She and I were deeply in love, but it wasn't working. She was now showing up in all of my paintings. This lovely scene of Lost Lake up at Whistler, marred by parachuting ducklings. If you ever thought that my paintings have a surreal element, I'm just recording the events of my life as they happen to me. And it's not just paintings. Book covers were being compulsively altered. Cupboard doors, anything that I could put a duck on, I was putting a duck on it. And fortunately, by this time, Bumbleberry was a bit of an internet celebrity, so I was actually making my work a little more saleable, it turns out. Finally, on BC Day long weekend, I headed up to Artswell's Festival, where I was consigned to work on a little mural there. Of course, I was painting Bumbleberry. Midway through my work, I got a message from home, from the pet sitters. Bumby had died in her sleep, cause unknown. She had a tendency to eat everything off the ground. Who knows what she'd ingested. I'm still painting her all the time. I mean, not all the time. There's my turkey Reginald. I'll tell you about him another time. Totally obsessed with me. But Rita Bumby is my main muse. When I want to experience pure beauty, truth, and humor, it's she that I turn to. And I hope now that you'll think of her too every time you enjoy a hipster-friendly dandelion salad or braised duck cheeks or gummy eyeballs. I'm not here to judge. Or maybe swimming in a shady creek on a summer's day or cuddling somebody whose warm body means the world to you. I hope you'll remember her and think, I should really buy a painting by Jan Little.